Okay, class. So today I'm going to show you how to use Quick Test Professional. So the first video we saw, that kind of shows you how to download the software. Now I'm going to show you a few of the features on the software. So once you've downloaded the software, go into All Programs, go into HP Software, and you want to click on HP Functional Testing. And this little icon in here is what exactly you're looking for. So let's click on that to open it up. So as always, the version is 12. It's very, very important you all know what version it is we're using. And I'm going to click on continue to carry on. As always, this is what we call add-ins. What is an add-in? An add-in is a type of application you want to test. And sometimes, if you're testing an application that was designed using ActiveX, then you want to check ActiveX. Most of the time is mostly Java. So if you're testing a software that was developed in Java, then you want to check the Java icon. The same goes for Visual Basic. And the most popular one is probably the web. So, most of the application we've been doing so far in class is a web application. So in this case, I'll select the web and I'll press OK. Alright, so the couple of features I would like to show us today. The first one is what we call parameters. So what is a parameter? A parameter is something that allows us to set a variable in a script. Okay? And I'm going to show you how to use parameters. So once you open this up, we're going to go to File, New, Test, to open up a new test. We have different types, as I explained in class. We're going to select the GUI test, and for the GUI test, I'm going to give it, just call it parameter demo. Okay, so I'm going to create the test. And I'm going to record right away. So when I click on the record, it says what address do you want to go to. Usually saves the last address you've been on. So in this case, let's choose the default one. So I'm going to choose newtours.demoautomation.com. The browser I want to use is Microsoft Internet Explorer, and I'm going to press OK. So now QTP goes to open up the browser and expects me to start doing some tests. It's a very powerful application, so when you notice some slowness, just be very patient. Give it some time and it should come back up. Okay, so I'm going to create a very simple script, and this script is just to basically log into a web application with my username and password. So in here, the username is tutorial, and the password is also tutorial. It's the same thing. And I'm going to press sign in. And once I'm signed in, that's all I want, I will close the website. So I'm just going to press close. Or I can actually close the whole browser from here. Close. Okay, and I'll press done. So right away, you can see QTP has saved my steps as script. So we call this script VBS script, which is for Visual Basic Script. And as you can see, it is something you can easily read. So the first one was browser. So you open up a browser, and the browser, we went to this page, welcome Mercury Tours, um, and in that page we went to welcome Mercury Tours. That was the title of the page, and in there I entered my username and I entered my password. Then I clicked on the sign in button, and I close the tab. So this is what we call, this view is what we call the we call this the editor. So this is the editor's view, or some people call it the expert's view. Some of you might also like a different kind of view that is more user-friendly. If that's what you like, you click on view and you click on the keyword view. So the keyword view is somewhat more user-friendly and is geared towards people not very familiar with QTP. As you can see, it's the same script. We went to this website, welcome, then in the website we typed in a username and a password which was encrypted, and we clicked on the sign in button and we closed the website. So it's the same thing but just a better view. Okay, so now I want to set parameters in place. How do we do that? To set parameters in place, you click on the value which you want to make a parameter and click on the little icon right next to it. And I'm going to go, yes, don't make it a constant, make it a parameter, and I'll give the parameter a name. So in this case, excuse me, so in this case I would say call it I would say username. That's my parameter name. Okay, and it's asking me, where do you want this parameter? Do you want it to be a global parameter, or do you want it to be a local parameter? The difference is, once it's global, different other scripts can use this, but it is local, only this script will be able to use the parameter. I'll make it global for now because that's the easiest thing to do. And right away you can see is replace my value with the name of the parameter, and the actual parameter value is placed in the spreadsheet on the bottom here. Okay, same thing for password. Password, I will click on that and I will press parameter, and I will give the name, give the parameter a name, call it password, and I'll make it a global variable and press OK. So right away I have a parameter that is tutorial and password. Now when I run this script by just pressing the run button, QTP at runtime will replace the parameters with the actual value in my spreadsheet. So as you can see, tutorial, signed in, clicked on, and it closed the website. Okay, and the website was a pass. Alright, so that is parameters. Why do we use parameters? We use parameters to help us with iterations. If I have 10 test cases, and each of my 10 test cases want to test different things at different points. Say for example, I want to test Thai as a username, I want to test pass as a password, I want to test Javid as a username, and I want to test hot or boy as a password. Once I have my parameters in place, I can easily feed those values into my script and I can run the script. So the main reason of parameters is to create what we call iterations. Iterations is a cycle. So in this case, my script will cycle 3 times. The first time is going to be tutorial, the second time is going to be Thai, and the third is going to be Javid. You can run to see how that would work. So the first is tutorial, it closes the page, it goes to the second, Thai, it types in Thai, closes the page, and it goes to the third, Javid, and closes the page. So that is parameters in the best form. to show you all. Now, we also have something called data driver. What is a data driver? A data driver is where QTP gathers all the requirements, sorry, all the parameters that is possible in your script and shows it to you. So at any point in time, you can say, okay, I'm very lazy. Can you show me all the possible values I can parameterize? And it says, yes, I can do that for you. So you go into your, I believe it's resources, or no, tools, click on data driver, and right away you can see that I don't have anything else I can make a parameter in my script. There were only two things, right? Username and password, and both of them are already a parameter. Okay, but you can try this out, create a script yourself, click on the data driver, and you see all the values in there. Okay, alright, so that is how we do parameters. Now let's move on to a different topic. The next topic I talked about in class was a checkpoint. Okay? Checkpoint. And now a checkpoint allows you to compare the current value with an expected value. And this is very important if you think about it, because all you do as a QA is you're comparing what you can see on the screen with what is expected to be seen on the screen. And how do we create a checkpoint? There are two types of checkpoints. You can create a checkpoint at runtime, and you can create a checkpoint in your script. I'm going to show you both of them. So let's create a checkpoint at runtime. So I'm going to create a new script. I'm going to call it checkpoint demo. I'm going to create a new script. I'll call it checkpoint demo. And it says I haven't saved my parameter demo. I say yes, please save it. Okay, so now I've got a new script. It's called checkpoint demo. I'm going to record, and I'm going to use the same website as my test website. I'm going to go, yes, please open the website, and it goes to open the website. Now, when I sign in, I want to verify. My checkpoint is I want to test. So I'm going to sign in with tutorial, and I'm going to press the sign in button. Now, once I'm in, I want to verify that my I mean, it could be anything to verify, but I want to verify that, say, I can see this text. Use your flight finder to search for blah 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 blah. I want to verify that. That's the checkpoint, right? So I can say right away, to do my checkpoint on runtime, I'll click on this icon, is insert checkpoint, and I'll click on there and select the type of checkpoint I want to insert. Now the different types. Standard is the most popular type. I explained that in class to you. That basically captures everything on the page, including your load time, the pictures on the page, and it does way more. But it's a very powerful checkpoint. I would advise you to use it very carefully. Text checkpoint is what I need right now. I basically want to verify that I can see on the page I can verify a certain text on the page. Text area is to verify a larger area with text. Bitmap is to verify an image. Database is to query the database. You all can write SQL very well. So for example, if you want to select all from customers, you want to see how many customers are returned, you would do a checkpoint on database, and it goes on, an XML and a file. In this case, let's do the text checkpoint. I get this white cursor. I'm going to focus the white cursor on where I want to do my validation. So I'm going to say verify this. Now right away you can see it's captured the whole text for me. Use your flight finder to search for. Basically everything in red is what exactly I need to verify. If it's not, you can always go to configure and change it and make it exactly what you want. But in this case it's perfect, so I'll press OK, and I'll press my OK. So that's the checkpoint done at runtime. Now I can close my script, I can end my script and stop recording. Okay? In my script, you can see checkpoint as a checkpoint. So you see something like this, find the flight Mercury check, and it's saying the value we're checking is a text value. Find the flight Mercury, that's what we're checking, and it has a comment in here for me to look at as well. Now when I run this, QTP will tell me if it was a pass or a fail. So it logs me in and I see the screen. Sorry guys, it's happening really fast, but I believe to see your results at the end, you're looking for a green mark that says pass. So whatever check you're doing, if the check passes, you'll get a green check saying it passed. And if the check fails, you get a red sign saying the check failed. Okay? So in this case, the checkpoint passed. Please play with all the checkpoint types. Play with the many types that you can play with. So use all of them and get familiar with them. The second one I want to show you is how to insert a checkpoint after you're done recording. So you finish your script and you realize, okay, I actually want to do a checkpoint. Now we have what we call the active screen. The active screen shows you a snapshot of every single step in your script. So for example, if I want to verify or do a checkpoint on the password field, meaning I want to verify that the password field exists. How do you do that? I'm done my recording already, I can't go back, but you can always insert a checkpoint from here. You right click on the password field and you press insert standard checkpoint. And right away it tells you what name do you want to give it. I can call it password checkpoint. That's the name of the checkpoint. And it tells me what do you want to do, what do you want to check for. I can verify that the name is password. I can verify that the HTML name is called input. I can verify that the inner text, that it has a box that I can type in, right? And it goes on and on and on to say exactly what it is you can verify. Okay? I can verify that the type is a password type, meaning if I type in 123, it's not going to display what I typed, but it's going to hide it as a password. So this is a typical password checkpoint type, and I can make it a parameter as well, or I can just make it a constant, and I'll press OK. Now as you can see, before you type in your password, there's a checkpoint in your script that verifies that the password exists. So if I run this as well, we should get back 2 passes. Okay, so we got back, if you expand this, we got back 2 checks. The first check was for the password, and the second check was for the text. So that's checkpoints. The next topic I showed you in class today was the password, sorry, I'm trying to print, the password generator. And what is a password generator? A password generator is a it takes your password as text and converts it into what we call an encryption, into an encrypted number that only makes sense to HTTP. So a good example is this. If in my script I have tutorial, I can make this a encrypted number or encrypted text, and all I have to do is copy the word tutorial. I'm going to my all programs, HP software, HP Unified Testing, tools, and click on the password encoder. This is an encoder, and I type in my text tutorial and I say generate a string for me, and this string only makes sense to nobody else apart from the software, which is QTP. So I paste this in there. So this represents tutorial. Now watch, when I'm going to run this script, everything should work fine, and I should get the same result as previously. So let's run. Beautiful. Oh, something failed. So I've got to go back to see what failed exactly. So the welcome passed. So what failed was the text welcome. Okay, I'm gonna pause this. Alright, so that was a quick demo of how to use the password generator. So what I did wrong previously was, once I chose tutorial and I got the encoded string for tutorial, I forgot to tell QTP to use operation set secure. So this was set to refer to set, and you need to tell the software that, okay, I'm going to give you an encoded number. So if I was using tutorial in here, which was what it recorded for me, set is fine, which is what you're going to get by default. But if you want to encode or hide this value, make sure you change the operation from set to set secure. Then you can use the encoded string from the password encoder. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put this back in here, and I have my username also encoded. Alright, so when I run this now, I should get the desired results. Tutorial. Okay. So that is everything to do with the password generator. Now the last one which we're going to talk about is the conditional loops. There was a problem again, so I'll do it again. Let's go back into the script. Username set secure. So we wanted to use tutorial. Press generate. Got a new number. Copy all this. Copy. Make sure you paste properly. I don't think we copied the right thing the last time, and you paste in there. Okay. So let's save this and run again. Okay, push the run button and we're gonna run this again. There we go. So we got the tutorial, and we're gonna get 2 passes from our checkpoints. Okay, so the last one I want to show us is the conditional loops. This is where we're gonna use the if and else conditions.